And to come online that the class has started already. Yeah, I hope we had a good day, by the way. All right, all right. Okay, so apologies for coming on board right now. It wasn't connecting at first. I had to like reset again. So let's give some maybe 2 minutes and then we'll start. So let's get some people on board. 2 minutes and we'll start. Okay, so before we continue, I just want to give us this reminder that we'll be having a contest coming up very soon, and that means that if you've not been following up with the classes due to some reasons, XYZ reasons, it's okay. But you can do well to access the resources channel on our Telegram community and rewatch those videos because the contest and the quizzes that will be coming your way soon will not bring it from space. It will be from the videos. So please do well to go back and learn them. And of course, they're going to be catch prizes worth over 450K. And I'm sure all of us definitely would love some deal of that. Welcome, Abel. I can see you. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Abel.
All right, good to have you here. Good to have you. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining us. So
All
yeah,
right.
as I
Yeah.
was saying, all right, thank you. As I was saying, we have quizzes and contests coming up shortly after this boot camp, like after all the classes end. So I would really implore all of us to go back and learn it again. I mean, this is a free thing, and this free class can launch you into somewhere that you really love to be. So I really implore us to take it serious. And very soon we'll be having a career readiness space with our team leads at Super Team Nigeria. I'm sure if you've been on the Telegram community, you've been seeing us put updates about Super Team, and I really hope we're on the Discord channel. So that's a quick announcement for now. I'm going to leave the floor to Uncle Tochi, past Solana Hackathon winner, to um
Hello, good evening, everybody. Um, I wasn't expecting this class to be mute because we're not doing any coding today. We just be having discussions on how to, let's say, move to the next phase. So if you can, you could unmute yourself and talk. So good evening.
All right. Good evening. Good to see you.
Good evening, Abel. I
Yeah.
don't know if we met last month or the last 2 months for the Solana classes.
No, I'm not really sure because I wasn't really active for
Oh,
the past classes. Yeah.
okay. I recognize
So,
Sampi. And that's the only person I recognize. I don't know if was anybody here was also in that class. Um, so I'm supposed to give you guys heads up on how to basic build a basic portfolio around the blockchain space. Um, the blockchain space is the blockchain Web3 space is it's very small. So most times your portfolio, your reputation revolves around you yourself, your personality, and your network. So, whatever you're doing in this space, you might want to do it very well, and then try to put yourself out there. You get it's not too saturated like the Web 2 space. yet despite the entire let's say the big space in there, it's somewhat difficult to get in, especially when you're coming from a technical side because of the knowledge constraint. But generally, there's a lot of things to do in the Web3 space, and a lot of things to take advantage about generally. So, concerning the topic about building your portfolio and projects, yeah, I'll be speaking from my own experience. Yeah, um, basically from what I've done so far, in my experience. Largely, they say experience is your best teacher. Yeah, so I'll just be telling you guys what I did to scale and what I'm doing so far for before I make like my next big announcement out there. So I believe before I continue speaking, is everybody here? I really want to know what everybody here is doing. We are very small. Do you have developers? Do you have writers? Do you have community managers? Which kind of people do we have here? I want to speak. I want to start from guest 5143. What do you do? Guest 5143. Check your name and see if you're guest 5143. Okay, maybe we'll just move to the next person. Sorry. Classic classic crypto farmer here. Hello, can you hear me? Classic crypto farmer. Why is everybody on mute? It's absurd. Able Trust, you want to tell us what you do?
Okay. Good evening once again.
Yeah, good
Uh,
evening.
I'm actually new into Web3. Yes,
Yeah.
but normally, yeah, I'm on Web2. I'm a developer. I
Okay.
create website. Yeah, so it's like I'm trying to upgrade from Web2 to Web3. So I will be much more interested to start developing in Web3.
Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Um. s- Um. Kelsey, I know you're a developer. You want to like reintroduce yourself to everybody?
I'm not really a dev actually. I used to code
Sorry.
back then. Yeah,
Yeah.
back in 2019, I used to code, but I think I stopped. I don't
Oh,
know
you.
why I stopped.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, there are a lot of things to do here outside coding in those space. So I won't ask anybody to do coding. Yeah. If I had my way self, I wouldn't have done coding.
Are you
It,
serious?
yeah, it can be very hectic sometimes.
I
Um,
can relate. I can relate.
yeah. So, in the spirit of building a portfolio, yeah, the greatest portfolio, personally, in my own opinion, it's yourself and the reputation you can build around yourself. Yeah. So, for a start, you would want to build project first before you want to build projects before you build portfolios. Yeah, your portfolio has to be heavily dependent on your project. You don't want to build your portfolio based on lies and assumption. You want to really um you really want to have this reputation where if you say you're this, people can easily believe you. Yeah. So for a start, you would want to start with building very basic projects, and sometimes this project comes from copying what you see on YouTube. Also, most times I usually ask people to just watch YouTube, see what they're doing there, what the instructor is doing. Just do exactly the same thing. You don't have to be innovative at all at first. Just copy exactly what you're doing. You copy it, whatever you did there. You could add that to your portfolio that you did this from this class, yeah, and you add it. But those are those kind of projects are not really taken serious because they're not built out of initiative, but they are mainly built out of copying. But the difference with someone who has not done anything like that is you have a very high awareness about this particular framework you copied, like um, you have a very high awareness, like you know this framework, you've used it despite you following a tutorial, you've used this framework, and anybody can bet that with the right guidance you could do something similar. That's the benefit that comes from copying copying, following a tutorial online. Yeah. So when you do that tutorial thing for a while to build confidence and gain more knowledge, next thing you want to do is to try doing something on your own. Yeah, it could be something it's important to make it very basic. Maybe you're doing it. To-do list is a very common thing everybody does. So you might want to move it a notch further. I don't know what you might want to do. Let's say simple payment solution. Yeah, payment solutions are quite simple to implement, especially on the blockchain. They are way simpler on the blockchain than on Web 2. On blockchain, as you want to do something as simple as transferring token from one address to another. You don't need a third party API to pull that off. So if I don't need a third party API to start creating wallets, all those things can be done with very basic knowledge of any Web3 blockchain you want to use. Um, so if after building a couple of very, when I say very basic stuff on Web3, the next thing you would want, I would suggest to try is try to provide service to someone or a company. Yeah, it's very hard to get, let's say, your first shot, even if you want to do it for free or you want to do it for a very low cost. Um, I don't really know why, but it's somewhat this way. Um, right now, building clusters. Sometimes I get request for people to join the team, but we're already somewhat saturated to an extent. So taking people in can be somewhat difficult, and that's how it could be for some other teams as well. So most times you want to reach like multiple teams and tell them, "Let me just join your project to do something." Um, it's not a matter. You might want to. For some reason, you could see it as maybe you're belittling yourself or you're slaving away, but it's not really that way. Last year, I had a couple of problems with my previous job, lost it, and then I was doing just Web 2. Used to be like purely an iOS developer, just doing just Web 2, purely Web 2. So I decided I wanted to transition to Web 3. I'm still transitioning. Yeah, it's it's a steady process. There's a lot of things I need to learn. Yeah, and me learning it. So basically what I'm telling you right now is what I've been able to do to like accelerate like pretty fast. So what I did as of June last year was I opted to help a friend who was building a fintech solution. Yeah, I'm not a very big fan of fintech, but that's the number one thing on Web3. And when it comes to providing help, you don't really need to like um, the product. You don't really need to have, let's say, personal affection for the product. Just build. That's the most important thing. So I was invited to build for them. They wanted a mobile app. So mobile app being my thing. So I decided I was going to help. So the arrangement then was if I help them build, which is for free at the time before they raise funds. After raising funds, maybe they could start paying me or they could support me to build my own project as well. So I agreed. It's an unwritten agreement. I didn't mind whether they honored it or not. I just wanted to get myself occupied and build in the space and as well learn in the process. So so they agreed. So we agreed and I started. I started providing service for them for like 3 months, but I was really just distracted with my personal project cluster I was building. And so when it was time for me to participate in a competition, I told them I needed time off. They allowed me. I won, and then that was because I was practicing. Yeah, basically practicing and doing the normal job they wanted me to do for them. Yeah, so I won, and then it's obvious that I had to go pursue cluster. So that's how I left them. So from just learning on my own to providing service for a friend to participating in a hackathon, one immediately, and then started pushing my own project. So it's very possible to move from learning, yeah, to providing service and then straight up to building your own product. And instead of applying for jobs or boosting your portfolio, you're providing jobs to other people. So in a space of less than, let's say, less than a year, I've moved from learning to actually building a serious product on the blockchain. You get? So, like I said, the biggest portfolio is actually yourself as a person. Building your confidence is way more important than the portfolio itself. Your reputation is way more important than whatever you put on paper or on the funny sites. Those two things are way more important. So if you're taking the route of building like building for people like jobs as compared to like starting up your own thing, starting up your own thing can be very difficult. In fact, I don't really enjoy the process right now because it's the very early phase and the benefits are not here yet. So it can be very frustrating. So if you don't want to take this route, the next thing you want to do is try, try setting up, having a list of projects you've worked on, either for people for free or those you bill. At some point, you have to start billing people. Let's say after getting your hand dirty with a couple of projects, you want to start billing people for service you render, and then it's important you document these things, what you did for each project. You get, you're not specifying these things in detail, yeah, but no details, but it has to be very specific. For example, let's say you build an exchange for them. You mentioned it, you built an exchange for these people using this and that, and then the exchange was have been able to execute so amount of transactions so far without having any faults. You want to specify those nice things that this particular each exchange have been able to do without having any faults. That's one way to make your portfolio very spicy. You mentioned how much this exchange have transacted, how many transactions this exchange have done, um, how many users daily, and stuff like that. Those are the kind of things you want to specify on your portfolio. So you build these things, and then one thing you want to do from time to time, if you're building on Solana, there's this platform where bounties are very. When I say bounties, it's mainly little competitions where you try out different things and then you get to win sometimes and then you get given some money. I could share let me see if I could share my screen and show you what the site looks like. This super team N. So you register here, you log in, you register with your wallet, and there are a couple of things here you could try. So if you're not a developer, you could write, yeah, and then there's the compensation goes as high as 1,500. These are different things you could do for people building on Solana and earn some money. It's not a lot, but it's worth it. You get, um, so building things like this every now and then it boosts your portfolio. And you mentioned it in your portfolio that you did this, you want this, and it gets people interested in your project. So when I say sorry, I've been very way too specific about the technical angle. Similar thing applies to writers and designers. Yeah, if you're a writer, you want to write for someone for free to an extent. Sorry, I'm over. I'm mentioning this whole free thing way too often. I believe if you want to break in, from my own experience, at some point you need to do some things for some people. The first let's say the first gigs you'll be getting, the fees are not really nice. You get, so you just want to do it and then move to the next phase with so much confidence. And most of those early phases are very minimal fees, sometimes free. So you don't get too attached with money. Do what you can do, move to the next phase where the bigger money is. That's what I will always advise anyone. Yeah. So once you've gotten your skill set very strong, next thing you want to do is either try building a company or apply for that um, $1,000 job you get. If you're building a company, if you're building a product on Solana, you want to join Super Team. Super Team is like a community where everybody comes together and try building a project, different projects, and then you get to participate in different competitions, and you get a lot of support while building as well. So if you want to join Super Team, I'm a member there. You could always talk to Kelsey. She will help you out on how to join, and from there, who knows? You could be the next. You could be building the next big thing on the blockchain. So that's basically it about bootstrapping your career in the whole Web3 space. From my own experience, that's what it is. There's really no like straightforward way. The most important thing is you're making progress like every day in terms of knowledge wise and in terms of providing service. If you have any question, you could ask me. Hello. Um, do we call this a day?
Okay, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Are there tendencies to face rejections in this process, and how do you manage it? How do you cope with it?
Okay. Rejections are very normal. I want to say you should normalize it because it can be very heartbreaking. Yeah. And one thing you should try to do is get yourself to that level where nobody rejects you. Yeah. So that's why you need to start with the very little jobs, like those very little gigs. These are the things that that boost your portfolio, boost your confidence. No matter how much you learn, yeah, no matter how much you've learned and you've not provided any service and you just out of the blue from just what you've learned, you want to apply for, let's say, a big gig. You need to show that experience. You get, no big company would want to take you serious without any prerequisites, knowledge, or in terms of providing service. So it's, you want to reduce your chance you want to reduce your chances of rejection by boosting your CV as much as possible, boosting your portfolio. It's only confidence. When you boost your confidence, only when they're rejecting you, it's not a big deal. You just keep applying. So rejection is something that comes with the job. I get rejection. Me personally, I get rejection like every now and then. Last year, two, maybe three VCs reach out to me. They were the one that reached out to me, oh, they still rejected me. So it's very normal. So it's very normal. So rejections are quite normal. My plan is before middle of this year, I should be the one doing a couple of these rejections you get. So you need to prepare to reduce rejection. So it's a normal thing. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. How many? No more questions? I guess I don't know if you were satisfied with all the explanation I did or anything. Okay, Ebe seems okay with it. Um, I think I think that should be it. If there's any more questions, you could always ask Kelsey. She's as knowledgeable as myself when it comes to all this whole
Yes.
application or
Good day, sir. Please, I have a question.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question literally is it wrong maybe to take some break, maybe a week break after maybe a particular rejection, a huge rejection?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not Iron Man. Like we have had. There's no strong man in this thing. You get like I told you after I got 3 rejections from VCs last year. I'm taking a big break. It's not a 1 week break. A fucking long break. So I'm trying to bootstrap myself. Not having. I have to find a way to work without needing their money. You get. So
Yes, sir.
I'm basically redrawing my whole plan due to rejection so that I
Yes.
can have a better leverage next time I'm meeting investors. So that's on investors' part. In jobs part, you get rejection, most likely because your portfolio is not as good as other people competing. Sometimes it's not because you're not good though, it's just because someone was better than you that applied for the job. And
Yes, sir.
to be honest, Nigerians, being Nigeria, you get a couple of rejections for just being Nigeria. So you need to be really good. Like keep what in the rejection phase, just keep building yourself. You get keep building
Yes, sir.
yourself, and then try. You see all those gigs around you, your friends building. Try building with them. Maybe you know when need to apply for a job actually after building something useful with them. You get. So don't
Yes, sir.
only go for that job that keeps rejecting. Try collaborating with friends,
Yeah.
colleagues, and building something yourself. That's another option.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. I think I want to ask something also,
Yeah.
if you don't mind. Yeah. What other challenges do you think somebody can face when it comes to building a portfolio and a project?
Challenges. A lot of challenge a lot of people face is being should I say, having a presence in the field. I do face that problem because of my introvert nature to an extent. You're very skilled, but nobody knows you. And sometimes the portfolio you submit is not enough. Yeah. So that's where it's important to make friends. Yeah. Friends can easily vouch for you and give their words and people will take that word and then get you on board on a project. So it's important to keep relationship. Um, you talk about what you're building, and one of the best places to talk about what you're building is on Twitter. Build something interesting and ask people to try and use it. Build something really fun. Tell people to try and use it and see how it works. So getting your name on people's mouth is very important, either as friends or either impressing them via your works. Yeah. So as much as you can network in events, try to make more friends. You don't need to don't press them actually. Everybody has their own problem. Why you're networking? Just be that cool person who is building something interesting just like the other person. So there's always something to talk about, not the guy who is always looking for job here and there, looking for job here and there. People will keep tabs with you when you're doing something interesting just like themselves. So that's one way um to put yourself out there, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you're welcome. Amaka is just joining us. I don't know. Do you have any question? I can't repeat myself from the beginning. Yeah, but do you have any question? Um, that's a no, I guess. So if no question, we might just call this a day, I guess. Okay. So if for some reason you have further question to ask, you can always ask her. Say she could reach me, or you could reach me via my Twitter handle, or whatever. I'm always active there. See you guys.
All right.
See you
See
guys
you.
later.
All right.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you. Really appreciate. So next week by Tuesday and Wednesday by God's special grace, we're going to have another class with Dev Alex. He's the head of developer relations at Super Team Nigeria. And I mean, I would really love us to be live that day on Tuesday. We'll set reminders that will definitely confirm the availability. So, and he's going to be taking, sorry, Charlie rather, not Alex. Alex is on Wednesday. So he'll be talking about rents and JS and all those other things that you basically need to know while building on Solana blockchain. So I'd really like us to come around and attend. And um, I said something about the competition area, like the Tochi has already said, it's not about building projects and all that. So I really thought to get up, like for real, get up and I mean this thing is actually working, it's working for people and it can also work for you. So I encourage us to get up and do the necessary things and I hope we all join the super team community. Thank you so much for staying true to the end of this session. We really appreciate and from all of us at Valley Cup Dev Africa and Valley Cup Global, we're wishing you a good one and um a happy weekend. So thank you. I can see Amaka Ebeltron gets 5143. The anonymous guest, Crypto Farmer. Thank you very much. And the rest of the people that did not attend, but we know you wanted to attend. We hope you listen to the recording later. Bye.